Miller Lite Stars of TV Bowling is presented in cooperation with the Kentucky Post, where Thursday, second graders tell what they would do if they became president. In Perspective Extra and the Kentucky Post, putting Northern Kentucky first. We are back at LaRu Lanes in Highland Heights. I'm Danny Wright along with Rick Hitt, and this should be a very interesting championship match. Our fourth game of the day. Scott Baker will be back to defend for the third time, and Mike Crail will try to see what he can do about stopping it.
Yeah, Denny, I think it's going to be a handful for Scott to overtake Mike. Mike's locked right now unless he makes some serious mistakes. I watched Scott in the shadow balls warming up here. He looks like he's hitting the pocket all right. Whether he can carry or not, we'll have to wait and see.
Scott has had 2 pretty good weeks. Mike Crail has had 2 excellent games leading up to this one, so we'll have to see, as you mentioned, whether or not Scott can carry like he did the previous couple of weeks.
He's fairly comfortable. He's got several wins under his belt, and it doesn't mean a lot. I don't think it's that important.
If that's any indication, that's a pretty good first roll. He gets 19 pins on handicap, and this could be a formidable challenge for Mike Crail.
Yeah, it could be. Mike's got a few breaks in the earlier matches on some bad shots and kept throwing good ones around it. So if Scott continues to roll the ball like he is, he's going to get the pin carry. He's got a nice soft roll on the ball.
Mike Crail on 14.
Mike says, no problem. Just keep striking like I've been doing. Should be able to reel him in.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Could be a real good match. I think Scott's going to have no problem with pressure. Right. He feels fairly relaxed. You can tell by looking at the guy, his body posture, and that he's comfortable out there on the lanes right now.
The high qualifier always has the option of whether to start first or on what lane they want to start. And Scott started first, which means he will finish first on lane 14. He got it out a little bit, and he knew it. 3, 5, 6.
Get the ball a little wide of target, and also got up on the ball speed a little bit. Brought his ball speed up, and the ball kind of skidded through the back ends on him. Left a spare that can be easily missed, so he needs to concentrate on making a good shot here.
Yeah, this is one when you've got the cluster that you must cover it with the bowling ball in order to be successful most of the time. Just like that.
But the one thing Mike doesn't want to do, given 19 pins of handicap away, is to leave open frames.
Oh,
he
yes.
wants to convert his spares.
He must convert.
You see Scott Baker carries a high average of 186, drawing the 19 pins of handicap. Been bowling for 20 years.
Yeah, Scott's been around a while. He's had a 300 to his credit. That's out. Too far out on 14. There's no way that's coming back from out there.
Scott has a classic game, a nice down and in roller, doesn't turn the ball a lot, so he can't afford to get the ball wide in that out of bounds area. He's not going to recover. Fortunately, he didn't wash out, so he can make the spare here.
That's the 1 and the 2. And he converts.
That's a condition that a lot of times you hit this condition, some bowlers struggle on it, and you'll see other bowlers do well. Not always the type of game they have, but sometimes the equipment. A lot of equipment out today we can drill to create track flare. I'm sure they heard the Pro Tour talk about it. The track flare in a bowling ball, some of the new reactive and even some of the urethane balls, you can create the ball to bank harder back on the outside, opens up the back ends. Hammer ball that Scott has generally doesn't have that type of track flare to create that.
Right. I was talking to him during practicing before the show started, and I was asking him what he was going to use, and he said, I'm still not sure. He may have a couple of them to choose from.
He wasn't 100% positive at that point, yeah. And he doesn't, Scott doesn't have the game to generate a lot of back end to open up the lanes. Some equipment you can do that for a bowler, though. You can add it to it. So what he needs to do is just stay more down and in and not let the ball get away from him to the right.
The 1, 2, 4, and 8. Another tester. Ooh. Boy, that was close to leaving that 8-pin.
Yes, it was. Good spare. Got to keep the frames filled to keep that pressure on Mike.
So Mike Crail now is a little bit of breathing room with 2 spares from Scott. Mike trying to put the hammer down, start striking again. There's one. Well, that adrenaline rush at one time, it caused you to pick up speed on the bowling ball.
Very easily. Very easily. You get into a match and you're wanting to make a shot, get a little pumped up with adrenaline. Ball speed will come up 2 or 3 mile an hour real quick, change the whole reaction of your bowling
Exactly
ball.
will. So Mike Crail beginning to whittle away the 19-pin handicap deficit he started with. On a strike in the third. On 13. And he got a good shaker.
You know, Mike knows what he needs to do to get into the match and to put the pressure on Scott is to throw strikes. So he got the first double up, and that kind of starts working on that handicap. Scott wants to settle down here and try to just roll a ball to target, not think about pin carry or think about results,
right?
But think about getting the ball on the target.
Nice, smooth, slow delivery. That's out too far again. 1, 2, 4, 10. And there's the washout we talked about before.
Well, I got to believe that Scott's missing his target. I know he's not getting fooled on the lane reaction out there because we watched him in the first ball make the shot. We watched him in shadow balls. He was rolling the ball up around 10. He's laying every one of these shots out around the 6th board, and he just won't get up the hill.
I know about that. Looks like his timing may be off a fraction too. Nice cover.
What a terrific shot there. I mean,
outstanding shot.
Yeah, difficult to make, especially under pressure, and he made a great shot there.
Yeah, if your timing is off, you can do any kind of number of screwy things with the bowling ball.
Well, he's getting the ball. The ball was skidding on him the last 2 shots, or what have you, tendency to say, I'm going to slow down a little. You get a little bit ahead of the ball, and the ball gets out right at target then. The ball gets ahead of your feet, you're going to pull the ball. If you're kind of lagging it behind, you're going to lay it out to the right.
I had just the opposite problem Wednesday night. I got too fast on my feet, and I was pulling everything left.
Yep, that'll sure do it.
I could not stop. I knew what I was doing, but I couldn't stop it. Do you have days like that?
Oh, yeah. We all.
And there, Scott speeded up a little bit, pulled it left. 6-10. This is not the Scott Baker we've seen the previous 2 weeks, but, you know, we're all human.
Right, the 3 shots in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th frame where he missed head pin to the right is kind of messing with his head. I think he just needs to settle down. He's not out of the match at all, by no means.
Dropped it, and I saw that coming.
It's one of the hardest things to do, whether you're in league to win a game, or whether you're in a high money tournament or a TV show, to be able, when you have a little trouble, to settle down and focus on the job at hand, as opposed to letting all your emotions take over. And I think that right now Scott's kind of getting a little upset or a little emotional over the game.
Mike Crail with a chance to build a huge lead. Ooh, did not need that. 5-10 split.
Mike opened the lanes up in the 2nd match by slowing down and putting a little more turn on the ball. I think the adrenaline's got him throwing hard again, and he kind of got a skidder. The ball sliding, not making friction on the lane. Leaves the 5-10, not an easy spare at all.
My figures are correct. That's the first split of the day.
He's going to move his feet a little right, try to project the ball out, and come in light on the 5-pin, slide it over to the 10.
Chance. Not quite. Not quite.
Well, that's a reprieve for Scott after coming off an open frame and have his opponent open right with him. That's sure is going to have to relax him, make him feel a little bit better about it.
4-pin match. Scott Baker leads at 98-94. And as you say, if nothing else, that should put a little confidence back in Scott Baker.
He just needs to focus on what he wants to do now and try to get all the emotions out of him.
See if Mike comes back with a vengeance. 6-10. Pulled that shot a little bit inside.
What we call the fast 8.
Fast 8.
Gets it up inside, gets a real firm, just slightly tight in the pocket, and just takes the 6 right back, or the 3-pin right back, and leaves a 6-10. Mike will move left to try to roll this ball across the lane to convert this spare. He wants to fill these frames right now.
And a good spare for Mike Crail.
See Scott Baker carrying a 4-pin lead right now. Spare up for Mike Crail. What Scott wants to do here is hit the pocket.
Exactly.
He's missed the pocket 4 straight shots. Settle down, roll the ball up to his 9-10 board target, let it roll into the pocket.
That was better already to start with. He's farther inside. There's the result.
Boy, terrific shot. I think that's the split and open frame by Mike Crail really gave Scott an opportunity to say, hey, I'm back in this match.
Right. Gave him a boost of confidence. He really did.
Another thing going on in the lane conditions, too, is the previous matches we had the out-of-bounds oil. A lot of the bowlers staying in around to 9, 10, 11 board. They're starting to break that down. So what Scott has to be aware of if his ball's running high is to move left with his feet. Don't get the ball wide of target, though.
That's right.
There's nothing out to the right at all.
Not a bit. No. Also a good shot. A little bit thin. Did not quite come back enough.
Scott's fairly smooth at the line. You noticed on that shot, that release, he kind of was off balance.
Off balance.
Didn't get the good leverage on the ball to make it finish to the pins. Fortunate to get a 9 count.
Oh, he will shoot cross at the 2-pin. Drills it. So Scott Baker maintains his lead with a spare in the 7th, 118 in the 6th. Mike Crail has some more work to do.
Mike using the fingertip ball. You can see the span stretched out over the ball a little bit. Good rotation.
6-10.
You know, Mike's pressing right now. I think he feels the need to throw strikes to overtake that 4-pin lead. Last frame, he got the ball in, got the fast 8. He gets the ball inside again, trying to help it. Comes up high. Very fortunate not to have the split.
Steering the ball instead of letting the ball roll.
Sure, trust the ball.
And a conversion. (118 to 112). Scott Baker with a 6-pin lead. And both bowlers on a spare in the 7th, as you can see.
Yeah, Mike's thinking about this game. It's a championship match, and you can just tell he's trying to force that ball a little more than he did in the first 2 matches. Just needs to relax and stroke it out to target. Good shot.
Good result.
Yeah, much better release, much smoother to line, better release. Got the ball out around the 11th board. Let the ball roll up to the pocket real nice there.
This game's easy when you do it right, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's the hard part, doing it right all the time.
That's it. Scott Baker up on 14 with the lead.
He struck on this lane last frame. Let's see if he can execute another good shot here.
Pulled it. Got away with a pull. But that was better than leaving it out like he did earlier.
True, he didn't get the split out of it, so he got a good 9 count. I think he's getting fooled on that lane 14. That was a tighter lane originally. Bowler's playing in more on it because of that, and he's kind of getting a breakdown area in there where his ball was holding pocket before. Ball's wanting to run.
And he puts it away.
Still in charge by 5 pins. Needs to make a good shot here. Mike's not going to charge him or take that lead unless he doubles. So Scott wants to make a good shot to the pocket here and see if he can get some pin carry.
Big 9th frame coming up. Foundation frame. Well, he knew he had pulled it, and he was on the old prayer knee, hoping that he wouldn't get a split. 4-7.
Asking for a little divine help out there. He got the ball down and a little soft, trying to get it to roll up, and a little soft. He's seen it heading for the head pin and kind of asked for a little help, and he got it. Got an 8 count rather than a split.
And then gave it right back when he missed the spare.
Critical mistake. And again, Denny, I did a show with you a few weeks back. We did it here, and I'm sure you've done it with other guys. Always a critical mistake is that missed spare. That spare that should be made.
Exactly.
It's not the string of strikes. It's the spares that they miss that give the games away.
Nothing irritates me more when I'm bowling, just miss a spare. Splits will come. There's nothing you can do about it. But spares, no excuse. There he is. Mike Crail can smell the championship.
Scott says, here, take the game, and Mike says, okay.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll double up and take it.
Mike Crail with a big shot here in the 10th. He is officially down 2 pins to this point. There's a big one.
I don't know if you call that a foul line adjustment or just a break. He gets the ball inside, but he gets the speed up and it holds pocket.
Right.
Some bowlers, it's just a thing that happens. You get your speed up, you pull the ball.
Yep.
I get a little too quick, so I pull the ball, but that speed made it hold pocket.
It's like a psychological adjustment that you make on your downswing.
Right, it is. Some bowlers are capable of doing it. I know for years I was able to make adjustments. I see myself vary at the foul line, increase or decrease the speed to compensate for it. Not something I would preach to do.
No, no. You don't want to try and learn that. Mike is our new star.
Just didn't have a bad game in him today. Looks like he's going to go 220s this game.
Yep. 222 if he goes with another one. I thought sure he gave it back with that split in the 5th.
Really did.
Sent a scout, but he missed.
Boy, he throws a wicked scout across the lane. What we call the blind scout. A lot of power, but no eyes to get the 7. And Mike Crail wins that game with a great shots there at the end of the game to win it.
4 pin.
Scott just wanting to get off the lanes at this point. He realized he lost. Never did get locked in on the lanes. Just had they fooled him a little bit, I believe.
Scott was not nearly as fluid this week as he was his previous 2 appearances.
No, I was noticing shadow balls, and even in the first frame, he looked real smooth, and all of a sudden he come out of that. I think the pressure just brought him right out of it.
I think a lot of it is that indecision. He was undecided as to what equipment he was going to use today. Now there's a good ball. That's a good stroke right there. 184 is our final. The final score in our championship match. We have a new star. It's Mike Crail defeats Scott Baker 221 to 184. We will be back with the bowlers and the presentations right after this word. We are back here at LaRu Lanes in Highland Heights, and we're here to present the bowlers with their winnings. And we had a good show again today, Rick.
Yeah, a real good show. Had some good matches, Denny. I think a lot of competition, close all the way. Mike just prevailed. Had the strikes going for him today.
Mike had a good day. He had 704 scratch.
Yeah, he did. Bowled real well. Had good games all the way down the line. Made good shots when he needed to.
You know all about those left-handers.
Yeah, buddy. I tell you what, the left-handers are throwing the balls. They throw the strikes.
They sure do. First, Terry Iskrig. Terry, congratulations to you. You bowled well, but well, you had a tough match.
No, not well enough, but there'll be another day.
You'll be back. I know you will.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Terry
Iskrig.
Thank you.
5th place. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tony Scholler. Tony, you keep coming back. One of these days you'll make it all the way to the end and be our star again.
Well, just call me the corner pin kid.
Corner pin kid. They're gonna let you take it home one of these days, you know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go over to Rick's pro shop over there at Waltz and get me a ball up there to carry some corner pins.
I think if he has any there, they're probably gone by now.
Could have used one today, couldn't you?
Oh yes, definitely.
Last couple appearances, you could have used one to kick out that 10 pin.
Well, Mike beat me up. I think Jeff Combs told him to do it because I kind of beat up on Jeff last week.
He did.
So I think he was on a mission today.
They were. But I know you'll be back.
Oh, yeah, I'll be back.
Tony, thanks. Tony Scholler, our 4th place finisher.
4th place. Congratulations, buddy. Good shooting.
Victor Osborne, good to meet you. You did very well.
Yeah, just couldn't find that mark.
This is a house that is kind of iffy sometimes, and you had to kind of find it. It's a narrow shot. You changed equipment in the middle of the game, and I think that was the key, but it was a little bit late.
Yep, it sure was.
But I know you'll be back.
I'll try.
Good meeting you. Our 3rd place finisher, Victor Osborne.
3rd place, Vic. Congratulations, $80.
Scott Baker, our returning star, and you had a good run, but you ran into a buzzsaw today.
Yeah, that wasn't the shot I requested last night when I called up here.
I know. I could tell you had trouble with it.
No, I found it in the 10th frame. Right. I didn't want to move out there, though, because I didn't want to head across over and get a split, but that was where it was, and I missed it.
Sometimes it just takes a little longer to find it than you care to.
Yep. Mike's a good bowler, though. He stayed clean.
He really is.
That's what it was. That's what
He's
happened.
one of those tough left-handers.
Oh, yeah.
There's another tough left-hander on the other side over here. They kind of stick together, you know.
Yeah, we're always an advantage anyhow. Always an advantage to left-handers, you know. So
of course.
Hey, we got a big advantage.
That's what they want you to believe.
The lane conditions are better.
Scott Baker, congratulations to you. I know you'll be back.
I'll
we'll look
sure
forward to
try.
see you.
Scott, second place. Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
shooting out there today. Good try.
Mike Crail, our new Miller Lite star.
Thanks, Dan.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You found it early and you kept it.
Well, first two games I got a couple breaks on the Brooklyns, but
You have to get some breaks in this game.
oh yeah, and I usually don't get them, so it was nice.
It's justified. Then.
Oh yeah,
Payback as heck, isn't it?
yeah it is.
I know Scott had a good run for a couple of weeks, and this was not the Scott Baker today that we had seen, but you made the most of your opportunity. I thought when you had that split in the middle of the game that was going to be the key to let Scott back in it, but
I did too. He just opened, and I thought, well, now's my chance, and I go up and do that, and I thought, oh great.
you shot 704 scratch. You put the hammer down.
Well, got to do it sometime, I guess.
We'll see you next week against a new bunch of competitors, and back to repeat next week.
Thanks, Danny.
Mike Crail, our Miller Lite star for this week.
Mike, first place. Congratulations for the win. $105. Good shooting out there, buddy. Good shooting.
And we'd like to thank you for being with us, invite you to come out and join us for our tapings of our programs, and come out, try to qualify. We'll see you again next time. Thanks, and so long from LaRu.